Hello, my darlings. We're going to talk a little energy now, and this talk has been inspired by a very sweet person who is dealing with a lot of struggle in living with a sibling whose actions and behavior is so in contrast to her own. And so this contrast that is constantly being reflected to her is causing a great deal of pain and anxiety, so much so that the pain is now manifesting in her body. The body saying, I'm in pain, I don't like this, I'm not happy about the situation. And so when we are sometimes, as we will be, in situations where we feel trapped, confined, obliged, duty-bound, responsible to be in that space or to hold or provide for another one, then we often feel that burden of responsibility, which can so quickly come into the energy of resentment, anger, hatred, and that energy coming into why me, poor me, this is awful, why is this happening to me, I don't like this, I don't want this, I don't choose this, I want to get away. All these other signals come in, so fabulously human. We are all in the pain of our stories and our relationships. And this story goes on and on and on, and we play in and out of all our calamities, all our painful stories and impressions. And the way we perceive and see what is going on is based upon what we've grown up with. All the pain and the reflections of growing up with another. All the stories, the history that has been created. And the sense of doubt and fear and shame and blame and anger and resentment and jealousy and hate and all the games that get heaped in to a setting, and it all erupts. How do you be in these situations where you are not able to shift away from the one who you might feel is causing a lot of anarchy in your life, a lot of pain and struggle, where you're just not wanting to be involved in that any longer? So many people are finding themselves in these situations. So how do we do this? So there is another way, but it really requires us to come into a higher awareness of who we are and what is unfolding right now, what is being revealed to us. So let's play this little game and then see if you can take this in, and if this might help you if you are in a relationship that is feeling and experiencing a lot of struggle, this clashing energy. Imagine that the one who is clashing with the energy, with the self-doubt, the pain, the lack of confidence, whatever that might be that they're reflecting, lack of being able to go to work, not being able to show up, can't even make their bed, can't wash the dishes, can't get the things right, fighting, niggling, angry, hateful, resentful, sad, fearful, all these things. Imagine that energy and you living with it. Boy, that's hard energy to live with, really tricky. And here you are holding another space where you're trying to be gracious and kind and loving and supportive and understanding and tolerant and all these things that your being knows that you really seek to be, that part of you that is grace and gracious, kind, considerate, compassionate. There is that part of us that is deep within us, that is our truth, that seeks the truth. And so here we have two opposing energy fields. Imagine these energy fields as water rushing into the one side, rushing in from the other side. And when two bodies of water meet, so they crash into each other, and a beautiful upsurging energy is created where the two smash into each other. And then the energy comes upward in this beautiful activation of two fields, two forces hitting and moving. It is right there in that activation that the energy lies. The space in between, the transitional space, the spaces are magical spaces. Pay attention to what is right here in the center. Here is one way of being, and here is another way of being. This one wants the one on the other side to behave the way they would like them to behave, so that conditional energy, They can feel comfortable, loved, honored, felt, seen, heard, approved of, valued, blah, blah, blah. We go on, all those things. This one over here would like this one to stop nagging and requiring stuff of them and making them feel poorly about themselves and accentuating all the things that they're not doing well. They would like to have more peace from the one who is always trying to fix them. So this river of awareness, this consciousness here, trying to go over beyond its boundary and come into that river and fix it in the light of the way it would approve and the way that it seems fit and best. This one might not agree. This one might resent it and reject it, refuse it in all the wonderful ways. So what do? You have a clash happening, this beautiful energy of smashing into each other. So what do we do here? This is the way to see it now. Imagine that these two fields, these two rivers, body of water, they are water. They are one element, one consciousness. And they are the duality experience right there, the yin-yang. When we come into the awareness that this energy this is the reality consciousness that we are in right now, the yin-yang, the polarity, the duality. So when we can recognize this and we can step out the story that is our own story with our own attachments to the drama, karma, pain, and we step one step back and we look at our world, we can see this story happening. The story of all the things that are going wrong in the world. And those of us who feel we should do something about it and fix it and do programs and help each other and do the support and do something about it. It's never going to work, because what we're doing is we're trying to go across to that river and make it our river. Instead, let's see that the body of water, these two fields that are here, are activations to bring us into a higher elevation, a higher frequency. That energy colliding is what is helping us to see. If we look at the world, we'll see this game playing on and on and on, and we'll see the lack of hope that people are starting to feel in this game, because it feels like there's nothing we can do to fix it. And that is the truth. There is nothing we can do to fix this, because this is the experience we are in now. The duality experience is, and it is here so that we can choose, so that we can discern and decide what it is that we choose, and choose from the heart. Every time we see a reflection that is a discordant energy, if we just stop and ask our heart, what is it that you desire? These two sit right next to each other at the point of elevation. If we were to look at all the pain and the horror and the sadness and the war and the torture, and if we had to look at that and not go, oh, it can't be like that, no, and then we keep going over towards it, we're not using our energy well. We're muddling, we're meddling, we're fixing, we're repairing, we're bringing our anger, our resentment, our superiority, whatever we're bringing into that, making more of a mess. If we see that pain, and if we just stop over here and capture that as a reflection, and see the reflection of that pain that is being expressed to us, that we cannot escape it, especially now. We cannot escape it, can we? It's right here in our face. And we see this expression of pain and suffering, and we hold the space here that says, but I know the way home. I know the way, and it is through my heart, and it is kindness and compassion. It is valuing each other. It's integrity. It's honesty. There are so many virtues, energies that are awakening in our heart, in our soul, because of this story. So it's no good for us to hop over and just try and subdue it and put band-aids on it and suppress it. That's not going to do it. Get the message. This is a message. It's smashing at a door of our awareness with such force right now. Get the message. What is the message? then ask your heart, what do you seek? What is it that you wish to bring in now? And we bring all the focus towards this frequency here. Once we align our heart into truth without the story, we become these beings that can lift and the frequency elevate the energy. This is the gift that we hold. We are amplifiers of energy. We are generators of energy. We have incredible power within us. Let's harness it and stop meddling and fixing and erupting and playing and contributing and not contributing and all the stuff that we do when we think we are superior and self-righteous. No, do this. This is a simple way to see it. This here is a mirror reflecting to us. This mirror is me looking at it. And I see this story. If this story that I'm seeing reflected is my brother or my sister, my father, my family member or friend, or it's another nation or another culture, if this that is being reflected to me here and I am looking in it, I can see who I wish to be, long to be, and who I truly am, because I can see what it is that is not of value to me. Then for that energy that is being played out, for those who are playing in the worst game, in the deepest places of pain, they are giving us the greatest image, reflection of what it is that we can create beyond that story. We cannot choose unless we know what it is that we would never choose again. Pay attention to what is going on here and look at it as a reflection, a mirror. And then ask yourself, who am I in this? And what is my truth? And what could I embrace as me, this being that is I am? What could I hold in the consciousness that's awakening us now as my absolute truth and hold it in sovereignty? What could I do now and hold that? Because I can see this mirror. And if it is a mirror, and if we are getting that reflection, then this, that is the reflection, is me. It is the one. When we understand that all this pain and all this suffering of our human story, that is me too. That is what I have known as well. And because I've known it, I know what it is that I would long for and choose now. Could this be one? Could this be the oneness when we stand in front of the mirror and see the reflection and merge our awareness into a higher frequency? We bring it up and elevate it into those two fields coming in, now being recognized for what it is that our heart is calling in. Truly hear that. And let's stop playing the game the way we have been doing it. We are not going to succeed if we continue to play in that game in that way. We've got to step back, step out, and see it in a new way. May this possibly help you. I so dearly wish for that. Thank you for you, my darling. Thank you for your journey. So much love.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to